Hey guys, Mubarak here again of In Penny Stock. Hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk about the crazy action that happened actually with Zynga. For those of you guys that were watching it, you see this pop right here. This actually happened in today's round, so going all the way from 3.8 all the way up to 4.36 and closing there today. So thought I'd get my good friend Dan on from Penny Noise. Dan, how you doing? Wanted to get him on to actually talk about this, and they actually super quickly came up with a full report on why it happened, what happened, and so yeah, Dan, why don't we talk a little bit more? What I want to cover is I want to talk a little bit more about the technical analysis, but first, just to get everybody on the same page, why don't you tell me a little bit more about what happened with Zynga and why you think it popped so high?
Sure. So, yeah, kind of near market end today, we heard, big penny stock news. Zynga, the mobile gaming app company, kind of it popped 12% today near the 52-week high. But it wasn't really related to anything that they released or nothing related to the company. Actually, it was just a couple rumors of a takeover.
Interesting.
So we've mentioned this in the past reports. On September 24th, we put out a buy rating on Zynga just for its future pipeline. But one of the suitors that were rumored to take over is Electronic Arts. Obviously, we all know EA.
Yeah.
They're a huge company, and obviously having a firm like them buy out Zynga with the capital to do so, it definitely will stir the pot. So I think investors got a little trigger happy, and it definitely could happen. But as of right now, it's just a rumor. And I guess so. EA actually declined to comment. So
Okay. Interesting.
That's what we know for why it kind of popped today. But we can get more into fundamentals once we look at the technical side of things, and I'll let you take it from here, Mubarak.
Yeah. So I have the chart popped up and opened up right over here. As we can see, in this day, I'm looking at now the 3-month. The volume was just exceptionally high today, 64.7 million compared to just roughly looking. It looks like it's usually around 10 million, even lower than that certain times. So we know that there was a lot of interest, and really this is what we talk about in the 5 under 5 and in penny stock. We talk about what are the catalysts that move the needle, right? So when you have two things at the same time, such as press release or takeover, M&A, that will always cause cause them to heat up the market and have a lot of activity going on. But what I'm very interested about is also seeing how it's going to play out tomorrow, because as you guys know, sometimes I talk about the double catalyst rule. That's really when two significant events occur from a analysis standpoint at the same time. So if you combine, say a press release or news or these rumors mixed in with the fact that it looks like it's almost about to break its 52-week high, looks like that's about at 4.47. So I feel like if it'll break that with the same amount of volume tomorrow, we could really see some more action going on. And after hours, it actually is a little higher too, so it's not even like all the activity and hype is gone. I think people are just going to start getting news of it. What do you think so far, Dan?
Yeah, so I think the hype is real.
Yeah.
So Zynga's management actually came over from Electronic Arts, and they've kind of been some of the top management from those guys have had histories with them, and I kind of feel like that's kind of the sentiment that people are kind of sniffing out. On a fundamental basis, they have a great pipeline. I think we all have played like Farmville at one point, and their market cap's at about 3.75 billion. So this isn't a small company. Zynga, the only threat to the future success of the stock is really, on a fundamental basis, just user behavior. And in like a flick of the switch, mobile phones could be obsolete, or technology changes so fast, and as we see, like fads, Fortnite could be a big thing, and Zynga doesn't have that. But just as an example of how one huge trend could just make or break a company, and
definitely.
But other than that, so on a fundamental basis, they're at a 3.85 times enterprise value to sales, and for those at home who don't know what an enterprise value is, it's the market cap plus debt minus cash. So it kind of gives you a good value on these companies that aren't making any earnings per share.
Could you dive a little deeper into that? Let's talk about that again. So enterprise value is market cap.
Market cap.
Okay, so we see here 3.75 billion.
Previously, the 3.75 billion.
Yeah.
Plus the debt that they have. I'm not sure of the figure, but if we can pull that up.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now on the financials.
So that's on. So market cap plus the net debt, and that's in finance. Assets equals stockholders' equity plus liabilities. So the liabilities is really the debt. Stockholders' equity is the market cap. That's us. So each share we own at the price. So they have about, on September 24th, they had 859 million shares outstanding, and at the price of $4.02, that brings the market cap to be $3.8 billion at that period of time. So that plus the debt minus on the asset side, like assets equals stockholders plus liabilities. So on the asset side, all the accounts receivable and goodwill, all that is factored into their value of the company, but their cash. So the most liquid thing they have is cash.
Yeah.
But we take that out in enterprise value.
Okay.
So when you're looking at how to value, especially a tech company, like book value is more construction vehicles or something. But with a tech company, we want to look at kind of the EV to sales because they don't have earnings. Now the difference between sales and earnings, I don't know if people at home really know the difference. When it comes down to it, it kind of gets confusing. But so sales is the top line, and that comes from me buying a new crop on Farmville.
Yeah,
and at the end, and it all filters down through operations, paying the staff, paying for research and development. All that boils down to how much do we actually profit from.
Yeah.
But this company isn't making any profit, so we judge it off of EV to sales.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, so the pipeline, we write in the article on the 24th, and basically off the news today, most importantly, we have Activision Blizzard, Take-Two Interactive, or Electronic Arts.
Yeah,
for the three gaming giants that could really take over Zynga's kind of portfolio, expand upon it with their own, use their overhead, and really just make Zynga a profitable firm right off the bat. So, I mean, that's kind of why this stock was huge. And obviously, Electronic Arts, the stock popped because we're assuming that Electronic Arts will pay a premium on the price already. So let's say, I don't know, people were expecting a 12% spike. People were maybe thinking, oh, EA will buy them out for $6 or something. So they're valuing the company as a higher premium just to get their assets. That's kind of how it is in the industry. So that's pretty much why it pops. Fundamentally, they're solid, though. Like, it makes sense. Like, Zynga's a very, one of the best mobile app companies. They should have 3 titles out in 2019, including, like, a Star Wars title. And they're also getting more cost efficient, as we can see. Hopefully they can turn the tables and become profitable in the near future. As of now, they're a penny stock because of their discounted future cash flow, which they're just not efficient yet. But they'll get there. But if not, then they'll have a company like EA come in and get there quicker.
Yeah.
So that's why they would pay a premium for it.
I totally agree. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow and the rest of the week. Glad we were able to connect today, though. This is live action pretty much going on right now. So totally glad to get this out. And for anyone watching, you can really take a look at what happened today just on the market, and keep an eye out for this week and seeing what happens. And who knows, maybe we can come back on this and see, right here that we called it correctly. But we'll leave it all as hypothetical for now.
Yeah, leave it at
Yeah. Awesome, Dan. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah. I think it was super useful for any of my usual audience. Some of the things we covered were definitely more on the fundamental basis, which I love: enterprise value, looking at the financial, understanding market cap. So, this is key to understanding how to become a good trader. So if that's your goal, if you're doing that, then definitely rewatch this video. We'll go more in depth about those types of specific concepts in the future, but start understanding that those are the types of elements that you'll need to look out for, just the way Dan was talking about it. And that's a mix of the fundamental analysis and technical of Zynga. As always, if you guys do have any other tickers that you want us to discuss, please leave a comment below or send an email. You can contact us at admin@inpennystock.com, or also on the Penny Noise site, which I will link below. We're very happy to research and discuss the types of stock tickers that are catching your interest. And finally, as always, if you want to join and get access to these types of reports on a weekly and daily basis, as well as the In Penny Stock videos and the educational package there, you'll be able to click on the link below. We're actually having a sale right now on the page, and you'll be able to get access to the video membership as well as the research reports and get them emailed directly to your inbox. And so if you have any more questions about that, contact us. But if not, we'll see you guys next time. Take care.